So back to the assignment. We already finished the most part of it. We have our login page ready, and we have our profile ready. We have our register page ready. Like everything should be linked together. And from the profile, we should be able to go to our website list. And inside it, we should be able to edit to any new website, to edit the current website. Also, when we click the name of the website here, we should be navigated to the page list, the pages that the website has. Also, we can add new pages here. We can edit the current page. And the same thing, when we click the page, we should be able to see the content of the page. That's going to be the widget list. We don't have that yet. Today we're going to making the widgets part of it. So let me open the assignment requirement here. Okay, so here is a part for the widget pages. The first page, as I said, is a widget list HTML. That's going to be the page, the real page. Like when the user click it, and this is going to be the page they come with. So have the title, have the image, such those things. So let's start ending that page, ending the page widget list, right? So let's go to the VS Code. The widget page going to be in the widget folder. Let's create a new file here. So widget list.html. It's going to be the real content in the page. And if we back to the example here, we're going to have a nav bar and some content inside it, and then have a footer. Again, we're going to have 3 parts. So let's start making the first one. We're going to generate an empty file. Let me make the font bigger. Font. Max that 28. Actually, 38. Yeah. So that's my widget list. Okay, let's think about. Firstly, we're going to grab the bootstrap and my CSS, also the font awesome. Those are things we need, always need. So let's go copy those things. Bootstrap is right here, font awesome, and also my own CSS. Let's copy that. Gonna put that into our page. Okay. Next, we're gonna start adding things in our body. We are going to have a navbar, yes. And after that, going to be like just the content and the main content. And then we're gonna have a footer. Right? We're gonna start doing it one by one. So for the navbar, it's actually still easy. It's mostly the same as the previous one. Going to have a left button, a header here, and also a plus icon.
Just grab it from the web.
Yeah. Let's grab it from the page list actually, because they have the same color, right? Like the website list has a blue color, but we can just grab the one from the page list because they have the exactly same color. You just need to remember, like after you grab it, you need to change the reference page. The href the href attribute needs to be changed, right? Like this time, I just copied from the page list, and for the back button, the href is going back to the website page. That's not correct. It should go to the page list. This back button should always come go to the place where I come from. So I come to the widget list by clicking the button in the page list. So I should go back to the page list when I click the back button. This should going to be the page folder and page list.html. And the title should be changed from pages to widgets. I think it's widgets, right? Yeah, widgets. I think that's good enough. Let's take a look over that. So here's my page list. When I click this button, here's my widget list. Right? I have a widget title, have a back button, and a plus. When I click this back, go back to the page list. I come from page list, I go back to the page list. Right? So that's my navbar. Navbar is ready. And next we're going to add the content of each widget I have in here, right? The content of each widget I have. So let's say what first we're gonna add. Let's adding this heading first. There's going to be a heading here, and also 2 icons here. And let's put these things in a container fluid. I need some space on the left and the right. So you see there's some empty margin on the left and the right. So let's adding a container fluid on there. Well, the reason I want to use in container fluid is just I want to give more space for users. So in the VS Steel code, there's a faster way for you to type some class. So for example, if you want to create a div with class is equal to container fluid, there's actually a faster way for you to type. You can just type div and dot container fluid and hit tab. It's gonna create that one for you, so you don't have to type that much. Because remember, dot means class, so it's going to create a div, and a dot just means a dot container fluid, and it's a class, right? So it's going to automatically generate one for you, so you don't have to type those angle brackets by yourself. Right, so we're gonna put our content inside here. So the first one is going to be a heading widget. So let's create that. Inside here, we're going to have a div for this. The first widget is going to be a heading widget. Let me think about when you put it here first. Inside here, we're going to have icon, right? We're going to have icons. We're also going to have the content. We're going to have 2 parts. Okay, for the icons, let's put that. We have 2 icons for each one, right? Like you see, we have a cog and have a hamburger button. It's like a menu button here, like that. So let's create that a div. This is a div for the icon. We're going to have 2 icons. The first one is a link. It's a cog button. Let's make it just doing nothing right now. We're going to add in the link later. It's going to be a cog icon, so you can grab it from the font awesome. I'm just going to write by myself. It's going to be I, and the class is equals to FAS FA cog. This is a cog icon. And we also have a second icon. The second one going to be like a hamburger menu. The menu icon is it's called FAS and FA bars, right? It's going to be I with FAS and FA bars. Let's take a look of that. Let's take a look of that. So, okay, these are 2 icons I have here on the left. I'm gonna move that to the right later. Just give firstly with and also let's add in the content to it. The content going to be that's easy, just h1 here. So let's also put that into a div. It's just going to be h1. So you don't have to put the same content I have here. You can just choosing any text that you prefer. It doesn't have to be the same text. It just need to show you you know how to do that. It's fine. It doesn't have to be the same content. Let's make it like a welcome. And also, some students was asking, they were asking, can they just add their own style to it? Yeah, it's just as long as your files are linked together and you have those main content we want to display on each page, just feel free to change it to any style, any shape, any layout. Just choosing the style you like. All right. So just need to show me like you know how to link this page together. You know how to display a form, how to display a list, and how to use using the columns, like to use the grid system. Just show me like you know those things, and I don't really care about the color, the font, or like maybe you want to change to a little bit on your own style. It's fine. Just style it the way you like. All right, play around with it. Right. So let's take a look of our current page. Actually, I forget to change the title of this page. Let's change the title. Still showing the document. Yeah, it should be widgets. Yeah, just widget list maybe. Widget list. So refresh the page. Okay, so I have a welcome and I have icon. But the problem is like the icon is on the left. It's not on the right. So we are going to put that on the right. How do we do that? So one way is going to be applying the float right on it. So if we do that, let's try it. So widget list is right here. Where is my body here? And this is navbar, and this is the main content. This is my icon Steve. And in the class is equal to float right. Let's try if that's gonna work. Okay, seems like it's on the right now. Okay, so let's try to make the screen smaller. Remember, like we are going to also make our website mobile friendly. So if we make our screen smaller, you see like it's going to change the welcome to the lower place. It's not like going to stay on the same line when the screen gets smaller. That's fine if you have that like in this way, but actually there's a better way to do that. All right, there's a better way to make it really overlap each other when the screen gets smaller. Because this is just a developer mode. Like when it's coming to a preview, the real user won't see these two icons, so it's okay to put them overlap, and it's suggested to do it in that way. Right. So the way we're going to do that is to edit there is a property for those elements. It's called a position. We're going to edit the position property on the things. Let's show me how we're going to do that. Let me grab my notes. So, alright, so already have the float right to there. Let's try to adding another, like my own CSS here. I want to make it the position. I want to change it the position of it. So let me search for the position, CSS position. It's going to give you an idea what is a position and what we can do with this by changing this. So the position properties specifies a type of positioning method used for an element, and we have 5 different positions values. We can make it static, make it relative, make it fixed, make it absolute, and make it sticky. So here you can find the explanation for each different position, and the default one is relative. It's going to put things like relative to its parent, and so by making it like a always stay on the right corner and then doesn't care about like other element beside her, or like other element going to like under her or in front, or like before it. We're going to change that position into absolute. It's going to absolute always on there, no matter like whatever else changes. So let's end in that class. We're going to have a class name called position absolute. Position absolute. Let's try to add that to the right corner. So we're going to have a typo here. Position absolute. Let's add in that class in our style CSS. Let's go to the bottom. Position absolute. So it's easy, just change the position. position property. Actually, I cannot type position. Change that into absolute. Oops, absolute. All right, let's take a look of current page we have. So I change it to absolute. So it just stay on the left because it doesn't really care about like a follow the right. Doesn't care about you already have element here. I'm just gonna put myself here because I'm gonna be absolutely on this place, unless you tell me like any other place you want to put me. So by using the absolute, that means our follow to right is not gonna work. It's like doing nothing if I just remove that. It's not going to change anything. It's still going to on the left corner. It's overlap with our welcome. But we actually want to put that on the right. So we're going to change it a little bit. So let's change the class name, like make it like instead of saying position absolute, I want to change that to like absolutely right. So like it means this icon will be always on the right corner. Let's change the name of it. Like make more sense to me and to my team. Let's change the name to absolute right, and I'm going to change this class name. And after we say absolute, we also want to see your right is going to be 0 pixel. So it's going to be on the your distance from this item. The distance between this item and the right side of the browser is going to be 0. Right? They're going to be 0. You don't have to state the unit because it's just 0. So say it's going to be on 0, always on right. So when the screen gets smaller, because there's going to be overlap with each other. Say that it's not going to change the position of the current title I have here. It's always going to be like that, right? One more thing is like say like it's on all the way to the right. Like it's going to it's going to be on the edge of the right side of the browser. I want to put it left a little bit. So instead of 0, I actually want to add some distance here. I want to say like maybe you have 15 pixel from you to the edge of the browser. So let's bring it to the middle a little bit. It leaves some empty space on the right. So if I refresh the page, so it's come to the middle a little bit. Leave some space between them. Right, it looks much better. Alright, so this is how you make your icon and your widget. So this is going to be the best way to do it, and it's not gonna like no matter how close they are, they're not gonna change the position of the item because they're not the position of them are not relative, or they're just this icon just absolute. It doesn't really care about other elements at all. All right. So that's our first widget. It's a heading widget, and let's create our second widget. Let's see. The second one is going to be another heading widget, but this time it's a smaller heading. We're going to still using the same widget, but instead of H1, we're going to make it like maybe H2 or H3. Let's try that. So we're going to copy this heading widget I already have. I think it's down to here, right? Let me try to make sure that, yeah, from here to here. Let's copy one. It's going to be our second heading widget. And actually, I don't think I copied the correct content. Let's try to remove that. The screen is too big. I cannot really see stuff. Let's see. It's from here. This div is paired with that, so it's from here to here. Yeah, let's copy that. Yeah, that's my heading widget. So it still have the icon, and instead of welcome, let's put a lorem here. It's maybe too long. Let's make it like half of it. Right? And instead of H1, we're going to change that to H3, make it a smaller heading. So let's take a look at that. Here we go. So we have two headings here. Let's say there's two a little bit of overlap. It's fine. Just that's the way we want it to be. Right? So this is H1 and H3. See, like it's overlap with that. It's fine. So definitely okay. All right. Don't worry about that. Alright, so that's my two heading widgets, and after that we're going to have image showing here. Okay, so again we can still copy the current heading widget. We're going to copy that. We're going to change that into an image widget. Like we're going to change that in image widget. And the content, I mean the icon should be still the same. The only thing we need to change is just the content. Let's change the content. Instead of h3, we're going to have an image tag here. We're going to have an image tag here. The source, just pick any image you like. You can you online or like from anywhere else. Let's try to looking for one. It's the image. Any image you like. Just going to using let's using just this one. Right, just using this one. Let me just right click, copy the image address. You can feel free to save the image locally on your computer, and also we can just copy the image address from online. It's right, paste the source here, and alternate. If the image cannot show, I'm just telling the user this is like a body image. Okay, this the ALT is the art. This attribute is like going to showing some message when the image cannot be loaded successfully, and it's going to be showing some text to give some hint for the user like what this image is talking about. All right. So let's take a look of the page right now. So here is my image. So I have my image here, and my icon is still overlap with it. It's fine. All right, it's here. Okay. I have this two. So right, I have my image ready. I have my heading ready, and again, next one. Well, we can still using heading image to display that, right? It's just this is just maybe that's going to be actually that's going to be HTML or link what's that called a widget in the future. But right now we're just going to using another heading widget for now, right? Because we don't really going to build the HTML or link widgets right now. So let's just using the heading image to show that. Right, let's copy a heading image from here, and instead of h3, let's make it h5, and we're gonna have a longer text here, just lorem. Let's try that. Right, this is my even smaller text here, and to ending something like make it something like a link here. It's really easy. You just grab something, ending a tag in the middle of it. You can grab part of it, put that into the a tag, and you just have a href here, and maybe link to the Google http www.google.com. So it's going to be a blue color, and then when I click it, it's just bring me to the Google.com. Alright. So this is how you add a link inside it. Next, we are going to have another main heading, and then a YouTube video. Let's add in them. Let's copy the heading tag again. Let's copy the one at the top. Let's copy this one. Put that under the last item I had. That's going to be another heading widget, and this one going to have h3. We're going to still using some lorem here for the title of the video. So it's going to be looks like that. All right. So this is for the title for the image, and I'll have someone for the YouTube video. So let's grab a video online and copy it there. Let's firstly copy this heading widget and paste it here. Instead of a heading widget, we are going to call it YouTube widget, and the content will be changed. We're gonna grab a YouTube video here. Let's go to the YouTube. Let's try to grab this video. Right, let's try to share it. And have an embedded version of it. I just need to copy this code. Copy that, or you can just right click and copy embedded code. It's the same thing. And I'm gonna paste that into the div here. Okay, it's an iframe. All right, let's try it. Here is a video. All right, and yeah, that's a video. Since things are still overlapping correctly. Yeah. And you can play from here. That's same thing. And after that, what next we need? Next we just need another paragraph and a footer. Let's end in the paragraph here. Let's copy another heading tag. Heading is from here to here. Let's copy that. Another heading widget after the YouTube. Going to have using the H5 again. Content is just lorem. So here we go, we have the paragraph here. Alright, so then we're adding a footer to it. We're going to adding let's copy from page list. And copy the footer from here. This is my footer. Put that here. Alright. That's okay, the footer is right here. Have a user icon. We don't really need the two icons right now, like on the left corner. You can just ignore them right now. Alright, we're gonna add them in the future. You don't really need them at this point. Alright. So that's it. That's going to be good enough for this page. And if you want to make it look better, for example, let me think about it. So right now, like you see the image, it's not responsive. Like when the screen gets smaller, it just becomes showing the part of the image. Same thing for the YouTube. It's not changing the size with the browser width. So actually, we want to change that into like the width of it, changing with the browser, make it responsive. Right now, it's absolutely not responsive. So let's change a little bit about that. So for the image, the way we make it responsive. Where is my image? I think it's here. That's my image. Alright, the way we make it that responsive is adding some class here. We can.
The same class positioning and we're using dynamic instead of absolute.
Actually, it's an easier way to do that. If you're just adding I think if you just adding width to here, if I don't remember wrong, 100%. Actually, it shouldn't be the. Maybe I'll try to add that to the. Let's try that. Nope, we cannot add it to here. Let's try to add it to the CSS.
If you make class equals
Image fluid.
yeah.
Let's try it. Should we adding to the div or to the image? To the image. Okay, let's try that. So adding class image fluid.
I think it's IMG, but I'm not sure.
Let's try that. Let's try img fluid. Yeah, it is changing. See?
Yeah, it's changing.
Yeah, so it's responsive right now. It's good. I think it's a class from the Bootstrap too. If you just search for do some search. Yeah.
Why not on the div instead of the image itself?
Well, I think you can still add it to the div if you like, but it's designed for the image tag. Let's try to.
Because we want it to be responsive not only for the image, but for the text.
Actually, it's not working. It's only for the image. Well, we only want to make this image fluid right now, because that's the div. This div is this div only contains this image. You see that? This is for the div for this current content, and this class is designed for this image. It's using some properties only allowed to change the image responsive. Right? That actually works. You can use that, or otherwise you can just add in your own CSS, and in width equal to 100%. It's going to change it with the screen too. For the video, we also have some YouTube. We also have some Bootstrap class to make the YouTube dynamic. So where is the YouTube? It's right here, iframe. So to make that dynamic, make that like a responsive, let's go to the Bootstrap. So there's something. There's some class talking about embeds here. So it's going to introduce you how can you make it responsive. So in your parent element with embed responsive and an aspect ratio, the embed responsive item is going to be it's going to make it responsive, right? So it's here also they also provide an example for you, like you adding a div to the embedded responsive, and you can also set up like make it a 16 by 9 or 21 by 9 or like a 4 by 3, the size you like it, right? The ratio you like it, and then it's going to be responsive. Let's try that. Let's try to copy this class. Put that into the div. This is designed for the div, outside div for the iframe. Let's put that here. Because we have class embedded responsive and embedded responsive 16 by 9. Let's try that. All right. So it's a 100 percentage right now, and you can change the size of it. But remember, like this, if you be careful, you see, after you adding that class, the two icons disappear. See the icon for the cog and the navigate bar. It's just there's two icons that disappear. The reason is because they are hidden by the video right now. The video is in the front and the icon is on the back right now. And we need to find a way to bring the icons to in the front of the video, so that way they are not hidden by the video. The video is here. The icon is still here. It's on the back of this video. It's hidden by the video. So the way we're going to bring that to the front is adding some CSS to it. We can just add into the absolute right. Let's go to that class, adding something here. So the class, the property to bring to the front is called z-index. If you're familiar with like the coordination, let's say that have the x, y, and z. Z is about like to making things in the front or on the back. Like the bigger the index of the item is going to be showing in the front, and the smaller one going to show on the back. So just the default setting for the z-index is 1, and if you make something into 2, it's definitely going to in front of the default value with the z-index equal to 1. So we just make the icon, the index for the icon become 2. So that means we want to put that in the front of others. Let's take a look at that. Let's see the icon come back. Since two icons here, let's come back. See that two icon? Let's come back here. Alright? It's in the front right now. Before it was on the back of the image, and so it's on the back of the video, so we cannot see that. It's covered by the video. Right now, we just see that you should be in front, and it's going to be you should be able to see that. All right. So right now we can see like, okay, we finished this page. Let's commit these changes. Git add dot. Git commit. Widget list finish it. All right.
Would you be able to use forefront, like a background forefront, to bring the menus?
Is that a Bootstrap class? Where did you heard about that? I mean, something about front. Have you tried some another way to do that? You can try that first. If that works, you can let me know. So that's maybe another solution. Like as I said, CSS you can have a infinite ways to do the same thing. Maybe there's a better ways to do another way to do it. Just this CSS is no actually better or bad, it's just style. As long as it works, you can just choosing the property you prefer to change and using the value to make it the value you like it. All right. So there should be multiple ways to make the same thing. Let's continue to working on the next page. So the next page is going to be widget chooser.html. When I click this plus icon, I want to go to this page to allow you to choose. Okay, you see you want to add a new widget. What kind of widget do you want to add? There's going to be a list of widgets you can choose from. All right. So let's add a list of that. That should be really easy, right? It's just an empty list. Let's add a new file here. Widget chooser.html. Let's generate an empty file. And it's adding the bootstrap and found awesome, like every CSS class to it. Let's add it to the widget chooser. And for the title, let's change that to the widget chooser. Okay, let's see what we need here. Do we need a navbar? Yes, I need a navbar. I need the bottom, also the bottom footer, and just in the middle, just a list. Okay, this is going to be 3 items. It's going to have a navbar. It's going to have a list, and it's going to have a footer. Let's copy the footer. Let's copy the navbar. Let's copy the navbar. Okay, this is a navbar, and I don't really need the plus icon. Let's remove that. It's going to the heading should be changed. It should be choose widget. So it's changing the widgets into choose widget. All right, and the back button, it shouldn't go back to the page because we come from the widget list, so it should go back to the widget list page. It's in the same folder, so I don't have to go out to another folder. Just say the widget list because the 2 files are in the same folder. And let's choose widget. Should just go to the widget chooser. Just refresh the page. I think I forget to change the 1 in the widget list. The navbar here. This is for the widget. It should just go to the widget list. Okay. Let's take a look of how it looks like. Oh, actually, I haven't linked the widget list to the widget chooser. So, yep. So this href here, when I click the plus, it should go to the widget chooser.html. Sorry, widget chooser.html. All right, let's try that. So when I click this plus icon, let's go to the widget chooser. Let's see the choose widget is on the right. You can put that on the left. You know how to do that, right? Just using some CSS, adding some, move that from right to the left. Or like an easier way to do that is just remove the navbar. Remove the navbar class. It's going to bring that to the left, I believe. Actually, it's not. Did I remove it from the correct file? Yeah, I moved it on the wrong file. It should be a widget chooser. Let's remove that. So it's going to bring to the left. And you can add some padding left to make it on the right. I think I already created one padding left, right? I already have a padding left here. Yeah, here is a padding left. You can add that to the widget chooser. To the second item here. Yeah, so it's going to be look like that. Alright, so it's going to go back, and you can go in. Okay, and next thing is list. List is most easy stuff. It's just have a div here with a class equal to container, not a container. And we just can have a list here with a class is equal to list group. And I'm gonna have list item with the class list group. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. So you see, this is a list item dot list group item. That means a class with list group item. If you just put here times like star. If star is for times, like multiple times 3, it's going to be put 3 items at a time. How many items we need here? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So just put times 10 here and hit tab. It's going to create it 10 times for me. There's a faster way for you to type. You can just using the old way, but this is just a way you can practice, make your type faster. Let's say we're gonna have the heading label HTML. Let's add them. Heading. Okay, I forget the second one. What's the second one? Label HTML. Actually, let's not just put the text. Let's adding a tag inside it. All right, let's adding a tag inside it. Let's adding a tag inside it. I'll make it into a link. So it's going to be HTML. A heading. First one is heading. And the href. When I click this, I want to go to the heading the heading widget page. I want to go to this page, the widget heading page. So it allows me to choose what name you like, what text you want, and what size you want in here. So it's going to be the widget heading HTML. I don't have that page yet, but I just created the link first. All right, let's copy this a tag. Let's put that in down below for the label. This is for label, and it doesn't really should go to the widget heading. Let's just put it like doing nothing right now. Make it doing nothing right now. It doesn't need to go to the label page. We don't have a widget label right now. We're gonna add that in the future. Right, going adding it for every one of them. I'm gonna change the content of it. So the third one is going to be HTML. It's also we don't have the HTML page, HTML widget yet. And then text input link button. Text input link button. All right. And after that, we're going to have more like a we're going to have image, YouTube, and the data table. Image, YouTube, and the data table. And I have 2 more. Oops, seems like I'm missing one. There's only one left, repeater. Maybe I just have an extra one. Let's just remove the extra one. Okay, and for the image, we do have an image widget going to be created today. So let's add in a widget image here. It's going to be widget image.html. And also going to have a YouTube, so it's going to be widget YouTube.html. Oops. Yeah, widget image and widget YouTube. Good. Let's take a look of the page. So when I click when I refresh the page, it should display the list for me. Yeah, here's the list of it. And I don't like I don't like the style of it. Okay, let's edit it a little bit. So instead of this group, I can say this group flash. It's going to make it remove the border of it, right? This is looks better for me. Choose the style you like. All right, and you can also add in color to it if you like. So next thing is just a footer. Let's copy the footer from the other pages. They have always have the same footer. Let's copy that. Let's copy this footer. Put that after the div. Put that here. See, it's for the footer. Okay. Here we go. That's it for this page. I mean, just have a list. There's nothing else. And when I click heading, it should bring me to the heading widget. It allows me to create the heading, and also same thing for the image and the YouTube. Let's do that. Alright. So the widget heading is right here on the right. It's have a navbar, have a form, and a button, and a navbar, a footer. So this is really easy. It's just like a page new, website new. It's just a navbar, footer, and a form. Same thing for the edit and the YouTube. They just have a different form, but basically just just heading, form, and footer. Heading, footer, form, and footer. Let's make them. So next page, new file, widget, heading.html. Let's copy the widget chooser. I'm just lazy. I just want to copy everything I have here. And I want to delete the list. I'm not going to have a list right now. Okay, instead, I'm going to have a form inside it. And don't forget to change those options, those href here. Instead of widget chooser, it's going to be widget heading. And not shouldn't be a choose widget. It should be like edit widget. All right. Widget edit. It's edit widget is fine. Just up to you. It doesn't really matter. It should link to the widget heading.html. And if you go back, sure, like this one is when you go back, it should go back to the widget list. Remember, let's not go back to the widget chooser. I want you to make it go back to the widget list. You should be able to find the requirement in the table down there. All right. So footer is the same, and okay. Let's back to let's working on the form here. Form. Let's create a form tag. We don't need action for now. I'm gonna add that in the future. So here we have a form. In the form, what do we have here? How many items we have? We have a name, text, size, right? Three input here. We're gonna have three div here. Div, use with a class form group, and this is going to be for the name. And we also need a one for text, and one more for the size. All right, for the name one, we want to put the what we need here. We need a label, right? We need a label and input. Let's put the label. It's for the name. And it's just display. Actually, I want to use a b tag here. Make it import. Put name here, capital N. And we're gonna have an input. Type is text. ID is name. Yeah, I think. Also, I forget the class. Class form control. For the name, let's copy that, create another one for the text, and then one more for the size. So for the text, let's change that name here should be text, and it's for text. Input is text, ID is text. Okay, and have a size. Size for the size, label should be size, and here actually just this is smallest, and this is capitalized size. And type of it, this should be a number, right? Size should be a number. ID is just size. Okay, let's take a look of that. So when I click the heading, it's bringing me to this page. All right, I have the edit widget. It has name, text, and size. Size allows me to just that from it up. Okay. Then footer. I think I'm missing a few buttons here. Like I need a check button on the right, and I need a delete button down below. So let's make that. Let's adding back the nav class. remove the padding left. I don't need the padding left this time because I'm going to add in a check button on the right. So where I can find the check button? Let's go grab it from the page edit. Page should have that. This is my page edit page. Here is my check. Let's copy that. Put that into the widget heading. And remember to change the href attribute. Should be go to the, after we create that, after we click the check, should go back to the widget list. Alright. Okay, let's see. So yes, that's oops, it's not to the right. What's wrong with it? Oh, it should be nav bar, not just nav bar. Yeah, here we go. And also, we need the delete button on the bottom. Delete button. So again, we're gonna make it as a link. Looks like a button with a btn class and the btn danger and the btn block. Hit tab. It's going to generate one for you. And here it should say delete. href is go back to the widget list. Oops. Seems like I have a typo somewhere here. See? btn at danger. Danger. Yeah. Here we go. It's delete button. Yeah, that's it for the widget heading. So let's come into the current change. Like every time when you make something new and come to a new state, you may want to add into the commit. Otherwise, if something broken, you have to redo everything. And this is a widget chooser and the widget heading. Right, I committed it. So let's create two more widgets. We need to create which folder. How can I create a new one? Let's right click, new file, widget image.html. Well, this is going to be similar to the heading, so we can just copy the code from the widget heading. Copy it here, and change a few things. Firstly, it's going to be widget image, and here still the widget. Not the same. Just we need to change the form. The form will be different. Right, this is for the widget image. So we're going to have name, text, URL, width. You can ignore the upload for now. We're not gonna have that function yet. We're going to, as I said, we're gonna add that function in the future. So you can just ignore these three things for now. I will update this image later. Right? Just you can ignore the upload, the choose file, and upload the image. These three buttons, you can ignore that. It's okay if you want to add them, but it's just not gonna be functional right now. But it's okay if you want to add them. All right? So it's going to be name, text, URL, and width. Name text already have this two, and I just need to have a URL and a width. So it's a size. Shouldn't have the size here, and we will have the URL and width. So let's use to change the width of item. Actually, we don't need the text. You can also delete the text. All right? Yes, delete the text. Just the name, URL, and width. All right? We don't need a text here. I'm gonna change this one. All right. So let's copy this one here. It's going to be URL. ID should be URL. And also let's copy again. Put that in for the width. Type just text. Yeah, type just text. Text means you can enter anything here. Width. It's going to be the width. Type is text. You can put anything here. ID is just a width. this. Yep, take a look at that. Let's go back to here, and when I click the image, right, here's my image. I have name, URL, and the width. That's enough so far. We're gonna add in more features in the future, like allows you to upload the image, or allows you to download the search for image from the Flickr. I'm gonna add those two features in the future, right? Right now, just have name, URL, and width. Like the user can edit it, and when I click OK, it's going to bring them back and display the image on the bottom. Right? This is what we're going to do at the final step. So that's it for the widget image. Let's also add that to the Git. And one more is YouTube. Let me see what we need to do with that. Here is a YouTube. Again, you can ignore the text, right? We don't need the text. Just name, URL, with. Actually, it's almost the same, identical. They're the same with a widget image, right? Just you can just copy the code and paste it over there, and just change the name of it. Just copy the image, and just change the name of the page. And it was saying which the image is called widget YouTube this time. We're gonna be exactly the same right now. We're going to make them different in the future, but right now you can keep them same. So let's try to click the YouTube here. Widget YouTube. Here's a widget YouTube. It's the same as a widget image. It's exactly the same. We're going to make that different in the future. Right now you just have name, the URL of the YouTube, and the width of the video you want it. Okay, those are just our alpha version with our limited functions. Alright, so most pages are ready. So git and dot git commit and YouTube widget. Oh, I have typo here. It should be commit. Okay. One more thing is when you click this cog button, it should bring you to the heading widget, and this one should bring you to the image widget, allows you to edit the current one. The same thing for this YouTube. It should allows you to edit it. All right. Let's adding that. Let's adding that change the href to the correct page. So let's go back to the widget list. Let's close these things. Widget list. Alright, let's check it one by one. So for the heading widget, when I click the edit, it should go to the widget heading. Okay, the second one, same thing, is a widget heading. Image should go to the widget image. Let's see, another heading widget should go to the widget heading. And this another widget heading. Another heading. And this is YouTube. It's another heading. Yeah, that's it. So let's try it. So when I click this button here, it's bring me to my heading. And then when I click this button here, it's bring me to my heading. And I click this one, bring me to the image. It's widget image.html. Yes, it's image. And title is showing this widget image. And let's try the YouTube. Yeah, it's bring me to the widget YouTube. That's great. Yeah. So that's basically everything you need to do for your assignment 1. Before you submit your assignment, you need to definitely come to this table to make sure everything is working. So for the login page, the login button, the register button should go to profile page and the register page. So what we need to do is go back to your own website, test them, right? Test them. Go back to the login page. The login, go to the profile, and the register go to register page, test everything, right? This one you can check this one, and this one is working right now. Let's do our working. You're checking the profile, like checking the register page. When you click register, it's go to profile. When you click cancel, it's go back login. Just checking everything here, right? This things so after you submit the assignment, I'm going to check in these things. If anything is wrong, you're gonna lose points. So it's very important to make things linked correctly. All right. And another thing it's going to lose your point is styling. Should you use a Bootstrap or using like other framework you like? And also you can use in the you need to remember to add in the correct input type for it, and make it the placeholder. All right, every input should have a placeholder. It's tables must be styled, buttons and links must be styled. Use the font awesome. Yeah, just make sure you use everything. Like the CSS must use Cydian. Actually, it's fine for this assignment. You can just still using the downloaded version of Bootstrap. You don't lose points for that. Just in the future, we're gonna finally when we publish our code to the online, we're going to transfer it to the Cydian. Right now, you can still using the local CSS file. It's fine. If anything unclear here, you can just ask me. All right. So that's all mostly the requirements are. Yep. So after you finish your assignment, I'm just telling you how can you submit it. So let's add in everything again. Like I assume you already tested everything, right? You already checked everything is working. All the styles are done. So let's commit my final changes. Like a assignment. It should be what's it called? Webmaker 1. Finish it, and I'm going to push that to the GitHub. Just git push. So it's going to be sent to the GitHub. Okay. So next, you're not done yet, right? You're not done yet. So that's few things you need to do. Go to your GitHub. Let's go to your GitHub. Let's close this. And find the folder for the webmaker. This is the folder for that. I mean, I want you to copy. Actually, not copy this folder for me. Just copy your GitHub, like from GitHub.com and your ID. Copy this part. Put that into your msymbol account here. Then otherwise, I cannot find your GitHub. Add the link. Put it in the GitHub link here. All right. Otherwise, I cannot find your GitHub. I cannot grade your assignment. Put this here. So when I click this, I should be able to go to your GitHub, and I was looking for the repository about it. Okay, and that's the first step. And one more thing. So after the assignment is done, you need to create a release for that. And go to the releases here, and create a new release. You're gonna call it here you have a instruction. Down. Let's go to assignment. On the bottom of it, you have a delivery part of it. Oops, at the bottom. So, tagging a release, you're gonna call it version 1.0, way 1.0 for this assignment. So, like after the assignment done, you just go to the release and put a way 1.0 here, and then put the same thing for the title. And just publish a release. And I can download your assignment 1 here. And when I click this, it's going to download the source file for me. I can just always check in your assignment 1, even you are already working on assignment 2, but I can still download your current version of assignment 1, right? And here it's going to say when do you submit this assignment, and this is going to be your time for your submit assignment. If you are submitting a late assignment, you're going to lose points, right? The due date is on next Monday. So if it's later than next Monday, like in the Monday, let's say make it a Monday night. If it's submitted anytime on the Tuesday, you're gonna lose 10% of your points on that. 10% of your grade score. And on a Wednesday, 20%, right? You lose 10% per day. So if your code is not finished, you still want to submit your current code on Monday. So make sure you do that, so I can have enough time to grade your assignment. And again, that's gonna be helpful for you and for me. I can after I grade your assignment, I'm going to share some. Add some comments to it. You should be able to see the comments there. So let me show you an example of your grade. So after you submit your grade is going to be here. And when you click show comments, the comments will be showing here. You should be able to see your comments for your like where do you lose points and why do you lose that. It should be helpful for you. All right. So your assignment, your grade will be showing here, and only you and me can see it. Other students cannot see that. Right? I have a user management sitting here. Only the administrator and yourself can see the grade here. Others cannot see your grade, so don't worry about that. Alright, so this is version 1.0. But so what if you after you submit your assignment, you want to change something? You don't need to delete the current release. Right? Don't delete the current one. It's done. It's pointless to delete one. You can still go to the release here and just draft a new one, and call it version 1.1. And I'm going to only grade the latest one. No matter it's 1.1, 1.2, or 1.3, I'm going to grade the latest one. But make sure it's submitted in time. All right. Make sure it's submitted on Monday. It's going to show you the submit time here.
Monday to what time?
To the midnight of month. Yeah. 11:59. Yeah. I'm going to only grade the latest release for the version 1. And the second assignment is going to version 2, third assignment version 3. So it's 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. And I don't believe you can submit nighttime. You will submit nighttime. So I think maybe just 1.3 and 2 is going to be fine. Alright, so that's it for the first assignment. I think it's not going to be really hard, and you can still find the videos online. And I'm going to send the current video to the YouTube right now.